Merkabah, that this chariot is indeed a spaceship that took Ezekiel from the earth and took him to another planet or to another realm. Hello, Divine Ones, Minister Ashley here. We are in Cancer season. This is the perfect time to talk about not just the tarot card, but also Merkabah. What is Merkabah? Merkabah is the Hebrew word for chariot. Let's break down the word. Mer, meaning light, ka, spirit, and ba, body. This is the chariot or the vessel, the vehicle for the soul, for the spirit. This also is a template for the Trinity, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, as we are our own Trinity. We have our God mind, our mind, body, and soul, the Godhead, the masculine and the feminine. All of these work in totality together, and it equates to the chariot, the Merkabah. Find this word in the Old Testament referencing a prophet named Ezekiel. Ezekiel is an interesting figure. He never tasted death. He was just caught up to the heavens on the Merkabah, the chariot. And this consists of 4 winged beings: the winged ox, the winged man, the winged eagle, and the lion. These are likened to the 12 tribes of Israel. You can check that video out. It's the connection between the 12 tribes of Israel and the zodiac. The interesting thing about the Merkabah and about Ezekiel is Ezekiel, he had mystical powers. He was able to raise people from the dead, speak things into existence. He worked with the modality of fire and other elements. You can learn more about him in my new book. But in this chapter here, I review the Mount of Transfiguration, as the Merkabah represents transformation. To better illustrate, I will review this story. So Jesus, he needed advice. He needed to seek wise counsel from the elders. He went on the top of a mountain, and in the Bible, mountains are symbolic of connecting to the higher self, connecting to the God realms. Went on the top of the mountain. He took a couple of his trusted apostles. He caused them to fall into a deep sleep, and he called upon 2 trusted prophets. Ezekiel, who never tasted death, he ascended to the heavens in the Merkabah, and he called upon Moses. So this is symbolic of the masculine and the feminine, as we all have masculine and feminine, the body and the spirit. On the tarot card that represents the Merkabah, represents ascension to the higher realms. We also have a dreidel in the middle, and you see the curtains with the celestial bodies, representing the higher realms, the 𝒕𝒉𝒂𝒕, and also the zodiac. After Jesus died and he resurrected after 3 days, he stayed in his light body, communing with the apostles and traveling throughout the land for 40 days before he ascended. Before he ascended to the heavenly realms. We utilize the tarot cards to explain this story. After Jesus died on the cross, he went to hell, the lower regions, to free the captives and to get the keys to hell. Hell is connected to Scorpio, but Capricorn is a better explanation, as it rules death and putrefaction. If you look at the zodiac wheel, the opposite houses of Cancer and Capricorn, you have death and you have ascension. So you had to experience death, the ego death, in order to ascend to his higher self. So we could take this to our personal story. If we allow our ego to die and ascend in our glorified self, which will be like our higher self, obtaining the Christ consciousness, obtaining the Christ mind. This is what the Merkabah is. It's a light body, but it also is a higher frame of consciousness. Word Merkabah also translates as to ride. A little side note, some people believe that the Merkabah, that this chariot is indeed a spaceship that took Ezekiel from the earth and took him to another planet or to another realm. If you look at the symbol of the Star of David, it's pretty much like the Merkabah. You have a triangle, which is the Trinity, going up, and then a Trinity that's going down, representing as above, so below, so within, so without. It is the perfect balance between light and dark. as we are both light and dark. Many people are afraid of the dark, but the dark represents our internal world, what is hidden from the eye. Light and dark, neither one is good, neither one is bad. It just is. Two sides of the same coin. And this is why the dreidel in the middle explains this symbolically very well. The dreidel is neither to the left or to the right, it's in the middle, indicative of balance and harmony, but acceptance of one's reality, of their light side and their dark side, of the conscious and the subconscious, the masculine and the feminine. With the symbol of the Star of David related to the Merkabah, this is the acceptance of both the masculine and the feminine, the internal and the external, of the spirit and the body coming together to be one. This is like the alchemical marriage. A good way how to explain the Merkabah is, once again, to continually use the tarot card, as it's heavily laid with symbolism. We have the black and white Sphinx, and this represents the five senses, like our sensory body and our sensory reality. You have the black and white, much like the pillars, the two pillars at the entrance of the Garden of Eden or the Sacred Garden on the High Priestess card. So this gives us an idea that this is sacred. Whenever you see black and white, you know that it's sacred and it's polarity. We have polarity that plays out in our ascension. And the Merkabah is like polarity, as above, so below. And it's a three-dimensional sphere. The Hebrew letter that represents the Chariot tarot card is Het in Hebrew. And that means a fence that encloses, to keep out, and to keep in. The driver of this vehicle has no rings, no strings attached. This is mental magic, mental alchemy. I'm recording this video during Cancer season, actually on the Cancer new moon. And Cancer does rule this card. This is the card for Cancer. And what is Cancer? Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. Opposite would be, in some instances, the father of the zodiac, Capricorn. Capricorn, it represents the very lowest of our nature. Utilize Cancer season to really harness this energy and tap into your light body and work with your light body, or any time of the year, whenever you feel led, intuitively led. This card also represents intuition, as Cancer is a highly emotional and receptive energy. Merkabah can also be used for astral travel and dream magic. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Share this information out, and don't forget that my latest book is currently available on Amazon, TikTok, my Etsy shop, and as well Instagram. I will talk to you guys later. Make sure that you check out all of the information that we have here, in addition to my other YouTube channel, the School of Biblical Divination and Magic. Until next time, you guys, many blessings.